Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palates. I am Aaron Loomis, and with me, as always, is Jiunn Liu. How you doing, Jiunn?
Good.
So today we are talking about the Illusione Haut 10. This cigar is Robusto-ish, 5.5 inch by 52 ring gauge. Comes out of the Tabsa factory in Nicaragua. The wrapper is Nicaraguan Cafe Claro Corojo, and the binder and filter are both listed as Nicaraguan. Blended by Dion Giolito, and the price point is $15.95. And the cigar was released in July of 2016. So with all the details out of the way, Jiunn, what was your pre-light experience like?
I thought the wrapper itself, I pinpointed at a Colorado Claro shade. Kind of feeling the wrapper, it felt like really fine construction paper. Veins, the major veins for the most part were well pressed, and the seams were invisible. Cigar's bunch and roll feels well done. I didn't feel any soft spots, and I had a uniform give through the entire cigar. Head finish off with the thick and well adhered triple cap. Going into the nosy experience, the wrapper smelled to me a mixture of like a hay and barnyard. Nosing the foot, I got some dry white pepper, baking spices, and hay. Cold draw, I got some subtle notes of hay, paper, like a cardboard, dry cardboard rather, white pepper, and some aged dry wood. So overall, I rated a good pre-light experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, wrapper was like light brown, had a few prominent raised veins. The seams were easily seen for me, but they were very smooth. Three well-applied caps. Top cap has like a flag finish on it. The band is a bit of a departure for Illusione. It's primary silver with white and black lettering and some black bordering. Kind of not the standard Illusione format. The aroma from the wrapper was a distinct barnyard. Foot aroma for me was a mild sweet tobacco. And the pre-light draw was like lightly sweet hay along with a red pepper spiciness that I was getting on my lips. So flavor-wise, what was your experience like?
Initial handful of draws, I could already tell that this is one of those cigars that's going to be, like a very good balanced, complex, like a nuanced kind of a cigar. It wasn't one of those that's going to like just assault your palate with flavors. So specifically, I got dry white pepper, some dry roasted nuts. I started getting this like, I also detected this like mustiness and like a meatiness to the whole profile. And that really helped, especially towards the total mouthfeel of the cigar. I felt it kind of gives it an initial to the cigar. Roughly quarter-inch in, cream, hay, aged dry oak, and I got some floral notes. On the retro, I got some amplified and really, my preferred amount of black pepper, earthy mustiness, and dry nuts. The finish was long lingering, and I got aged cedar, cream, black pepper, and hay. Body and strength, just medium within the whole cigar in general. Third, it's still very complex and nuanced, kind of a delivery of flavors. Still dry white pepper, dry roasted nuts, mustiness, cream, hay, aged dry oak. I started getting some coffee and cream, as well as like a bright fruit note to it, as new flavors happening. Through the nose, still same levels of black pepper, earthy mustiness, dried nuts, wood bitterness, and bright fruit. Finish still long lingering with cream and dried nuts, aged cedar, wood bitterness, and subtle hay. Last third. For the most part, it's basically like a continuation of the second third. It still contains a dry white pepper, dry roasty nuttiness, cream, wood bitterness, and subtle hay. I started getting some baking spices, as well as some cream coffee that mixed with those that I just talked about, which was super tasty. I'm one of those guys where baking spice and like a coffee note, I always enjoy in a cigar. It always, when it delivers that, even though if it's a, some, shitty cigar, if it has those notes, I really dig it. Retro's the same. In the finish, mixture of cream and dry nuts, aged cedar with bitterness, subtle haze. So, retro and finish in general was just the same throughout the whole cigar. So overall, I would say a very nuanced type of delivery. And I was reading some reviews after I wrote this thing, and like Half Wheel and I want to say somebody else said that it's really important to retrohale the cigar to get the full delivery. And I totally agree, because I realized on the retros I was able to get more distinct flavors of like the draw from my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
Yeah, for me, the cigar began with some aged wood and a little bit of cinnamon, and then nearing half an inch in, the cinnamon mellowed out a little bit. Retrohale was just that aged wood note, and then after a few more draws, I got a mild cream that kind of came into the background to support the aged wood. At an inch in, the cream went away, aged wood became a little bit drying, and then near the end of the third, the dryness went away, and that slight bit of a cinnamon kind of came back into the profile. And the strength level for me was just below medium at that point. Second, third, aged wood actually transitions to a bit of a young green wood. And then a quarter inch in, the aged wood kind of came back. Retrohale continues to be the aged wood. And at 3/4 of an inch in, a slight bitterness joined in with the aged wood. And then at an inch in, bitterness went away, replaced by a slight baking spice, while the profile was like slightly drying again. And that's kind of how the third finished, and strength was right at medium. Getting in the final third, slightly drying aged wood kind of continued. There's also a little bit of bitterness that returned. Quarter inch in, bitterness picks up a fair amount and has a really long finish to it. The retrohale maintains kind of that just aged wood note. 3/4 of an inch in, aged wood and the bitterness are pretty even in levels. And then at an inch in, that bitterness decreases a bit and the aged wood moves back up front. And that's pretty much how the cigar finished. And the strength had bumped up again to be slightly above medium. So performance-wise, burn and draw, what was your experience like?
I had a very good burn in a perfect draw. So burn-wise, smoked a cigar for a total 2 hours and 20 minutes, which is really good for what is like a Robusto Extra, right?
Yeah.
Burn line fairly sharp throughout the whole time. I never had to touch it up or relight it. I was just ashes held on pretty tight with just a little bit of flowering. No big deal. Averaging 1 inch increments. Draw, like I was saying, it was perfect. So.
Yeah, for me, the burn was a little bit wavy, but it never really caused any issues. Ash held on in 1 inch increments. And the draw was just a little slightly tighter than I prefer, but it still allowed me to take full draws. It wasn't a hindrance or anything like that, just a little bit tighter than my preferences. So overall, what was your experience with the cigar?
I had a great experience. I think it's there are few cigars that came into this past year's IPCPR that I was really excited about. This was one of them. So kind of understanding and reading different literature and like kind of talking to Dion a little bit. My personal palate, and I just think Aganorsa has really good tobacco, and especially when it's blended by Dion, being triple selected and filtered and being Seco dominant. I was hoping for a cigar that was on the medium side at most, medium strength wise, but just full of flavors before I smoked it. So, and after smoking it, that's exactly what I got. So then in that sense, it didn't disappoint me. I thought the cigar had really great balance, complexities, and nuances. And it had that without the whole cigar for me. And even though the highlight was the first third, in which I kind of felt like every draw kind of presented something that if I was eyeing it, I was able to pick out. So I dug it. I don't always talk about, this is like a $5 box buy or whatever, but I will definitely use my money towards buying more of these.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for me, the cigar started out with a decent profile of aged wood and that slight cinnamon. But getting into that second third, it was just kind of a monotonous journey of like aged wood and bitterness. Strength profile is right around medium, but I was hoping for a lot more from this cigar. So it was a bit of a disappointment kind of as it wasn't really the same level of what I've come to expect from Illusione. I'll definitely revisit the cigar just to see if I have a different experience, because you've had an amazing experience and I had a very disappointing experience. So, and I know other people have said that they really enjoy the cigar. So either I got a dud or this just hits my palate wrong. Um, but if it's a similar experience that I had the first time, it's not going to be really something I'm going to be searching out to smoke again. So, getting into scores, this is probably the biggest discrepancy so far that we've had. I gave it a 5.67. You gave it an 8.87. So how do you think your score matches up? Oh, I think Jiunn hung up. All right, well, we're at the end of this thing, so I'm going to go ahead and finish it off. Jiunn really loved this cigar, so it's one of the highest ranked cigars he's done so far in 2016. I know he really enjoys it. He's a big Illusione fan. He really likes the profile, a big Tabsa and Aganorsa fan. He just enjoys the profile of that tobacco. You there, Jiunn? All right. Um, so I think it really matched up well with him for that. My side, it just didn't hit my palate. It was okay at the beginning, and then it was just the same. It was just aged wood and bitterness, so it was just really flat for me. Like I said, I'm definitely gonna smoke it again. I need to see if I just got a bad cigar for the review, or whatnot. But I'll try it again, see if I get a closer experience to what I did with Jiunn. But for right now, it's tough though, because this is a high price cigar. It's $15.95, so it's not like it's a $8 $9 cigar to go out and pick up. It's almost double that price. So I'll go back to it and give it another shot. If you're just catching this video on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to us, but also go to their website, developingpalates.com, read the full written review. Also, be sure to follow us on all the social media channels: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Google+. Thank you for watching, and we will catch you on the next video, which hopefully Jiunn will be able to finish up on.